Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on the new Sami Zayn, the champ. So I'm a huge Sami mark, so I'm always excited for a new Sami. I love him as the IC um, champ. So anyway, he's a modern era aggressive acrobat. And let's see, his coach. Blue gems do 30% more damage. Blue moves that deal damage will deal 30% more damage. These coaches are nice. Um, my favorite are the blue gems do 30% and the generate 3 gems. Like not necessarily blue, but the color versions of that. But this one is very good too. Links, he has the Canadian link. 60% less damage from yellow moves. Raw link, 1 more MP, and modern era gems do 5% more damage. And he's just got the stock, the champ gear right now. As far as I know, that's all he's going to have. Strap for this one, because this is the gold one, the gold preview, and only one of us does it each time. I do have 100% strap on him. If enough people that bothers, I could do my regular preview with the 20% strap with the silver as well. Let me know in the comments if enough people want that. I will do that as well, add silver with a 20% strap. We're going to start with a blue move damage metal. Last build will move to a black move damage metal. Fury 2s is pretty standard at this point. All right, let's kick it off. 3 move sets for you guys. Mikenoshu Driver. Deal 358k damage, increase your blue MP by 9. That's a 6 red MP move. Also 6 red MP, Springboard Tornado DDT. Choose 4 gems to make into 1 turn countdown gems that will deal 100k damage and make 12 random gems into red gems. And then Koji Clutch 8 MP submission, 40 random gems, do 650k damage for 3 turns. Pretty big sub, actually, base. Remaining turn into multiplied gems of strength 4. Entourage for this one, we're going with Butch, True Legend Andre for 2 red MP and multiply gems increased by 1. Of course, if you don't have him, Bulldog would work. We are going with Zombie Gunther. For blue gems, do 30% more damage, which you don't care about. Multiply gems do 60% more. Also, you could use Mherex. And then this is red gems do 30% more with Zombie Priest. Again, you could also use Mherex there. You could also use New Brett with 35% on the multiplied gems. Any combination of like those would be good there. If you don't have any of those, then you just go whatever red gem percentage people you have. All right. Let's get started. We're going to go against Gold Zombie Sami, so Sami v Sami. So this one, this would be ready and feud. This move would fill the sub up. And then you would choose your countdown gems. Generally, safe-ish is these, but there's a row break there, so we want to avoid that. And then try to put them towards the bottom in safe-ish areas. You know, avoid this kind of thing. That looks pretty safe. And if you get pinned, you're hosed with this build set. Much like Zombie Dom. But he doesn't hit as hard as Zombie Dom. So if he pins us... Okay, he didn't. We made the whole board red. It hits for 28 million. Of course, you could put the Cora Jade plate for 100% more, or the Bulldog Gremlin plate. That ends up hitting for about 35 to 38 million with 100% strap. I'm not gonna throw those on. I don't like sub builds. It does recycle, but if you get pinned, no recycle in your host. Okay, this is actually my favorite build set, but it doesn't hit hard enough, so I guess it's not my favorite. But this is the one I would want to run. I'm kind of hopeful he gets a moment that buffs his Snowfall Gem damage. So we're just bringing the finisher in and then the diving crossbody. We're keeping the Mikenoshu Driver. Also, it's got the Haluva Kick in it. I love Haluva Kick for Sami. So diving crossbody, 8 MP blue, deal 425k damage, make 40 random gems into Snowfall Gems that turn red. And then the Haluva Kick, 10 MP, deals 76k bonus damage for every Snowfall Gem. Then the finisher deals 845k damage and choose a 7x2 area to swap into red gems. This basically turns the whole board red, recycles everything, blah, blah, blah. Of course, you will notice, though, there is no buff, and at gold, if there's no percentage buff or multiply gems, very little scales to gold. So I will show you how this one does. This is the one I really, really want to like. But, you know, here we go. So Mherex is 200% more Snowfall gems, and since basically the whole board is full of them, that's basically 200% to every red gem. She's by far the best trainer here. Butch for 4 red MP, that gets everything loaded. Same thing with Miz, that's basically 100% to red gems with the 40 Snowfall gems, so you can't do better than Miz there. And then, because we're turning the board red, red gems do 30% more damage with Priest. So this would be like the perfect entourage for this one. Blue move damage metal, so let's get out here and see what this looks like. So we're doing 307k for every Snowfall gem. There's 40 of them, it's 12 million. And then the damage on the finisher is 2.3 million, and then there's your gem damage. So basically all the gems are like 3 times multiplies essentially, because we have 300% with the Snowfall stuff. So you'd hit this, it would fill both blues. You would chuck your Snowfalls. And then you turn the top 2 rows red. As you can see, it should line up so the entire board goes red. And then we break all those Snowfalls. So there's the 12 million damage, and then the 2.3 million finisher damage, and then here comes the gem damage. $15 mil gem damage, so 30 mil total. 30 mil total just doesn't really quite cut it. He just needs a little bit more oomph for this build. But I do really like it. Most of the time, though, it's probably a 2-cycle win. So let's pop on a skill plate for this one. And we're going to go with the new skill plate, the Miz one. Whenever you make 4 or more Snowfall gems, increase your red gem damage by 50% for 1 turn, and reduce your opponent's gem damage by 50% for 2 turns. It's basically a red Z plate for Snowfall gems. Spoiler, 50% gem damage, we're not going to hit that much harder. But there's also the gem defense, so let's see what this looks like. This would annihilate people at silver, for sure. It would hit almost as hard as you're seeing at silver, so like this is like kind of a perfect silver build, but gold, they get too much HP. Anyway. There's our 12 million and our 2.3 million, and then let's turn the board. 31 million damage with the extra reduction. Again, not quite enough. You could obviously put a Ghostbuster Seance plate. I have zero interest in doing that, but because hardly anyone has them. But there also is, okay, that's weird. There also is the Sheriff's Badge, which adds about an extra 5 million gem damage with the yellows. I'll go ahead and throw that on. Hey, there we go. Game just decided to take its sweet time. Maybe there we go. Don't freeze all the way. Just get back. There you go. You can do it, buddy. So I'll throw the Sheriff's Badge on with this, and you can see that. Ghostbuster plate would probably, since we don't have that much red buffage, I would guess maybe 7 or 8 million probably if you have the Seance. Sheriff's Badge should add about 5. We should do about 35, 36 million depending on cascade size. So it's like really close. It's just not quite there. Like I said, I also love this build set because it's got the Haluva kick in it, which I love the Haluva kick. So there we got a nice cascade. We got up to 37 million. So it's really close with everything. You really want to be like over 50 mil, to be honest, and at gold, and 60 mil is even better. So it's close, but it's just not quite there. So maybe he'll get a moment that helps that move set. Anyway, let's move to the last build set, which is triple black. This one, I think most people will prefer this one. For me, it's super cascadey, so I don't particularly care for it personally. But I think most people will like it, and be their favorite. It has the potential to hit the hardest. Let's talk about it, and then I'll kind of go over it as we're playing. I'm going to put the black move damage medal on for this one. There we go, because he has a really big finisher. I did mess around going like all move damage to see if it was better. The gem damage is better. So we're going triple black. They're all 2 7 MPs and a 10 MP. Standing drop kick. 7 MP, deal 300k damage and make the top row into Snowfall Gems, which modify all gems below it into multiply gems of strength 3. Those are quite small, really, for random multiply gems. Make Exploder Suplex 7 MP, deal 418k damage, make 7 Snowfall Gems into black gems. So you hit this, then you hit this, fills the finisher, everything below its multiply gems, and then the finisher, Blue Thunder Bomb, 10 MP, deal 3.2 million base damage, and then destroy 42 random multiply gems. Entourage for this one is a little bit beefy. We got Priest for 2 black MP, Woods for 4 black MP. A Priest also adds 1 to your multiplier. Gunther, since you're destroying all the random multiply gems, he's great because it's 60% to all of those, and then 30% blue. And then Mherex adding 1. Brett would also be really good for this if you don't have one of these two. New Brett, that is. So something to note with this being 7 MP, once 99 MP is gone, you will not be able to use Sherry unless you have a middle line bonus. If you had Sherry, you could replace one of these with Santa, and then you could then you take Priest off and put Sherry on with a middle lane bonus, and then make his multiply gems bigger, and he would definitely hit harder. But that's asking a lot, and this is Cascade heavy. Let's see how he does with 100% strap. Of course, for skill plates for this, you could use a tiara, you could use a nightmare plate, you could use Pyro Princess, anything adding to multiply gems. For ultimate, you could use the Cargill plate that's on the prize wall. It adds green multiply gem damage, so it would help for the 2 greens here. We have some blues, etc. Anyway, this is super cascadey. So let's see how I do. I probably cascade 1 and 3, 1 and 4 with this in running it. You could also put the top row down again if you wanted to hit another 850k at gold. I don't really see why I would do that. Anyway, the Blue Thunder Bomb is hitting for 9 million move damage, and then we're destroying all these gems. 34 million gem damage. So 43 million total with the feud setup. Again, I think the cascade risk doesn't really make it worth it. I would run the previous build where you don't cascade, probably. But let's see what else we can do. Let's put a skill plate on. Since his primary color is blue, gonna get the best mileage out of that. So let's go with the Pyro Princess. Even though it's 50%, it is his primary color. I would either do that or the Nightmare Plate because it's 100%. It's not his primary color, so technically, and this lasts 2 turns, which is the key here, because he cascades a lot. That's why I like this one better, because it's 2 turns. So if we cascade, we're safe. And your mileage will vary on the damage here. It really depends how many blues are underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's not bad. Not very many loot boxes. We managed to not cascade again, so that's great. Basically, same result as the time before. It doesn't make that big a difference. Let me pop, so let's try it now if pretending you had a middle lane bonus. This would be middle lane bonus in feud. You could put Sherry in. And then you would need Santa. Do keep in mind this is a big Santa, so it's going to skew it slightly. All right. So again, this is simulating if you had a middle lane bonus in feud. 3 for 3 on not cascading. Wow, you can see this is going to hit way harder with the ×8s, right? Just way, way harder. Let's see how much gem damage we get. 53 million gem damage. So with a middle lane bonus, Sherry, Big Santa, he will be usable in feud, but there is that very, very big cascade risk. Just for fun, let's put the Jade plate, ultimate plate on. Run one with that. Simulating middle lane again. Is it in use somewhere? It's... Whenever you make 10 or more multiply gems, increase your green gem damage by 100%. So any green gems will get boosted, and blue gems are getting boosted this way. Let's see if we can go 4 for 4 on not cascading. I said I usually cascade about 1 in 4, so I'm probably due. Nope. So this would be like outstanding. This is what you would like dream of. Look at all these blues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 greens. So of course average is probably 5 or 6. And we have 11 blues and then 6 greens. The greens are, what is that, 1.5 mil each. The blues are 1.9 mil each. So this is going to be like about as good as you could possibly do. $64 million gem damage with a middle lane bonus in feud. That, though, is like completely decked out with the big cascade risk. Of course, if you cascade and then they clear your board, that's a bad day, right? That's a bad, bad day. So I'll run one more and see what we get gem damage there. There's the cascade. Okay. So 1 out of 5 this preview. I'm going to go ahead and put the row down again. Let's get a double buff with the blues just for fun since we did cascade. And the blues are 2.1 million. Greens are 1.8 million. So we got double buff going on here. This will be even bigger, but we did cascade. 65 mil gem damage. So that's Sami. I love him because it's Sami. I do think Zombie Sami is still the best Sami by far. I think him and Powerhouse are kind of evenish. This one beats the Powerhouse. I'll give him the nod. So, how do I feel about Sami? I don't see him, like, Showdown, they're all kind of normal. Like, he can get loaded in one charge, so Showdown, he's like everyone else once 99 MP goes away. Boss, to be honest, the non-specific multiplies, he's never going to be like a dominator in Boss, but it is an easy recycle. He'll be good pretty much anytime there's multiply, but he won't be like the go-to guy. And then as far as feud, basically acros to me that are great feuders, your options are pretty limited for dudes. Muda, I think, is the best. And so I would put Muda 1. I would put Wesley Moment, Judgment Day Plate 2. Um, and those two kind of are above the field. Zombie Orton, Judgment Day plate, really good. Who else is pretty good? Yeah, D'Lo with a Judgment Day plate. Also, he needs it because he's really high risk. Also, to keep in mind, like D'Lo, because he can miss, but D'Lo can hit really hard. So I think like Sami's probably borderline like top 5-ish. So not anywhere near the top 2 or 3 right now. Maybe if he gets a moment, he will be. Macho with both gears is definitely better. Hall of Fame Macho. But then after that, you know, you're probably talking like, do you like D'Lo over him maybe, or I don't think Devon keeps up and is just showboat. So yeah, it's pretty limited acro wise after that. So I think he probably squeaks in somewhere around the top 5-ish acros for feud, but he doesn't have a lot of legs in other modes. The trainer is really good. Um, but yeah, I think he's pretty fun. I would love to see him get a snowfall damage moment that makes that 12 million like more like he's doing 24 mil with that, because adding another 12 mil to that other build set puts it close to that 50 range, maybe with a red boost. Um, or if there's ever a make snowfall gem plate and then reduce your opponent's MP, like there is a Judgment Day plate um, for countdowns, but if they ever did that for snowfalls, then the black move becomes completely safe, and you're good, right? So if any of that stuff ever happens, then I think he jumps up considerably, um, as far as feud goes. But yeah, I think he's a great addition. He's not like OP or anything. He's solid. There's risk. Let me know what you think in the comments. Again, if you do want to see him with a 20% strap, I can do that on the my CC account at silver. I don't know that it really matters. You kind of get an idea of where he's gonna hit. The 100% strap doesn't really help this build all that much, and then this build, um, basically, if you what he hit for in this with a 20% strap, if you put the dog ear gremlin plate on, is about how hard he would hit, because that's an 80% difference. So that would give you an idea right there, or the jade plate. So I don't. That's kind of why I don't think it's too big a deal. This one really isn't going to hit much harder. Um, so yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and share. It really helps me out. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck. Yeet, my dog. I love Sami. I'm such a mark, though.